its resistance is futile.
In this video I'm going to use the new controversial road system to connect this empty shelf with a small table I have on top of a larger table. So prepare to like, comment and subscribe. First off, I want to address the elephant in the room. No, not that one from set 7414, Elephant Caravan from 2003. No, I mean the debate if the new roads connects better to the old light grey road plates than the newer dark grey. To demonstrate this, I will use set 6389 Fire Control Center from 1990, simply because my old light grey road plates are in storage. Here we have it together with the dark grey road plates, and we can see that the roads are wider here, but at least the plates have the same width in total and the same thickness, so that's a plus. The new plates needs these slopes to connect, and they are just slightly wider with 2 studs. To be honest, I think both systems connects pretty well. It's just up to you what you want to build, I guess. Personally, I'm leaning more to the new roads though, but I'm not allowed to have an opinion. Or is it an onion I'm not allowed to have? I always mix those two up. Moving over to the shelf, we can clearly see it being empty just like my soul, and that's totally fine since there's good medicines for that these days, but also because I do love me a blank canvas to work with. For the tables I've used classic base plates to build on, but for the shelf I opted for normal plates instead. In front of them I placed the road itself, and that will connect with a steep incline much like in San Francisco or Bergen. Let's place some construction vehicles here so it looks like this is under construction. Yellow adds such a nice splash of color to any grey Lego scene, don't you think? And I'm sure these are totally the correct vehicles that would be used whilst building roads. Behind the roads I'm putting down these larger plates, and on them I've used Duplo and normal bricks to create supports for the bike Lego lids that I'm using for the small raised sections. I want to have a sort of larger stair going on here, or terraces if you will. Here's a look at the terrace that's just next to the table. We have the fish and chips vendor and the organic food market. I've covered the gap between this building and the one that's going to be next to it with this plank. The middle terrace has the very expensive helmet store and a little ad for some nice makeup. The shelf level has the art supply store. I'm an artist in real life, so I just love spending time and money in these kind of stores, and it has the katana swordsmith. Let's add some water here with a footbridge over it. This leads to a waterfall that will help cover this whole back section underneath the shelf where the trains run. I wanted this area to be a small square where micro scenes can take place, so let's pop in a little cart here and place some minifigs along this whole section. I don't think you know who I am. I'm the sausage ma'am, the shadow licker. I'm the tiny little ghost that features in your despondent moments, the timeless whisper, the glossy dudette. I'm the science of all that's wrong, and I'm making you think that you doubt everything you love, but I'm here to stay. I'm Soul Town. People just add so much life to a town scene. For the road slope I've attached the new road system like this, and then I'm just going to let it rest on this pillar I made. I can connect it to the studs on the hinges, but I noticed when testing this that it works better to just let it sit on top. Now look at how nicely that aligns to the IKEA table and the row that's on top of it. Nerdgasm! Next to here I'm going to place the state-owned hotel, and as some might notice, I beefed up the hotel sign a tad bit with a white rounded frame. Now this does not look that finished at all, so let's mount this wall section here to cover up the large gap. Some might wonder why the Democratic People's Republic of Sultan would allow this large public artwork in form of a Luigi mosaic. Well, just Google corruption and I think you will find your answer. But how did I go about building this mosaic? Well, it's just tiles on a plate, and the plate is attached to these snot bricks. You could do this with bricks stacked on top of each other, but then you would lose the pixel shape. I will probably keep this section of the wall a bit basic, because I'm pretty sure I'll place a building in front of it. Speaking of placing, on this side I've placed the little skyscraper with its anti-air defense system. A bit odd that it has the cannon aimed at the road bridge. The tilted road section has these jumpers in place, and that's so I can attach cars without them rolling down. Just for fun, let's put in some street sweepers. It's not only the job of the police to keep the streets of Sultan clean. To the sides of the wall I will build a rock wall of some sort, and I believe I will use a lot of burps for that build. Somewhere here is where the adventurous shop will be mounted, so like and subscribe. All in all, I think this turned out rather. Let's have a look from some different angles, like this long one. I like how our eyes can follow the road all the way up to the table over there. With that said, stay out of the nonsense, stay awesome, and please subscribe.